Hello Aquarius, welcome to my weekly love tarot reading. I'm the Tarot Muse and I am here today with a rather comprehensive and detailed exploration of your love life at present. And so as you can see, this table is really covered with a lot of cards, and I have to say it's been quite a complex reading. And my aim is just to get to the root of the matter and find out what's going on. So let's dive straight in. All right, so we come to the present moment. And what we do is we have the Death card, which is crossed by the Knight of Swords. So the Death card is the situation. It's something that's wanting to happen, but it's not fully being allowed to happen because it's been covered by the Knight of Swords. So I went a little bit deeper into this, and I asked, what is this Knight of Swords about? And the Knight of Swords is basically what came up were the Eight of Swords, the Six of Wands, and the World card. So I obviously had to dig a little bit deeper to find out what this means, but basically what that's saying is trapped as a result of a very successful and powerful experience that happened, a public experience that happened on the travel. So the World card can have many interpretations, but based on the layout of all the other cards, I've come to the conclusion that this is about a journey that you were on, Aquarius. And so on this journey, what happened was you experienced, and this is what you went through. And so it was this realization around happiness and abundance, and the decision that you want to drop the repressive burden that you're carrying around sexuality and having more than one partner. And so from what I can see here in the reading, and this is quite a unique reading that I'm doing here, what I can see in the reading is that in the past with you and your partner, there was this conflict, first of all, and I have a little bit more information here because I've got 3 cards from the Lenormand deck that tell me about the financial pressure and struggle that you were carrying in the relationship. So you were responsible for you were basically carrying everything in the relationship, and from what I can see here, you were wanting a change. You were no longer feeling a balance in the abundance of the relationship. And so it's preceded by the Eight of Wands, which is about travel. And so off you went off on a journey. And I'll get to the outcome of that now, but basically there was this decision to break away from the conflict that was happening in your home that you were feeling stifled by with your partner. And so you went on this journey. And right now you are trapped as a result of this journey that you went on. There's a potential element of illusion. Okay, so now it gets trickier. Now, this is the description for the Knight of Swords. So this is the impulsiveness of what it was that created this ending in the first place. So the Knight of Swords is someone who charges in without thinking about things clearly, and it's generally it comes with cutting words or impulsive actions, and so. This death is now in the process of happening as a result of it. And when I ask about the Death card, I get the partner. So the partner is coming as the Queen of Swords. And next to that, I have the High Priestess and the Page of Wands. So, this could be a male or female. But this Queen of Swords, followed by the High Priestess and the Page of Wands, she intuitively knew or sensed what was going on with the sexual interaction that you were engaging in, okay? And I think that what happened was because this was a journey that you went on, but I sense you are now back together again, because we're getting her in the reading, we're getting you in the reading. And now that you're back together again, because she knows what happened. But not only that, I've got the control card. I've got, so the Page of Wands. So this is what comes up. So it's the Queen of Wands, the High Priestess, and the Page of Wands. So she knew about what was happening, okay, and she interfered in it. And how she interfered in it, and I sense that you had this agreement, okay, you had this agreement with her. It was communicated, and how she interfered was that so we've got the Four of Pentacles, the Moon card, the Justice card, the Fool, and the Six of Pentacles. So what this is telling me is that she tried to control the psychic, what she was picking up. She tried to interfere with what was playing out, and in order to get you back, in order to bring you back to her, instead of just allowing a new beginnings with the sharing to happen. But because she wasn't able to process it, she's now experiencing the loss and she can't let it go. So she interfered in this process, and she tried to, in a way, manipulate you to get you to come back. But I feel like there's manipulation on both sides, because in a way you were deceived by the whole situation as well. And we've got the deception card over here, we've got the judgment card, so it's deceiving. So when I pick cards to tell me more about this travel and what happened, it's the deception card, the judgment card, the Ace of Coins, and the stalemate. So it's deceiving through spiritual deception, which has reached a stalemate. So basically spiritual deception was manifested. Okay, so now we're coming back to, so here we have the situation where there was this agreement: go to travel, do what you need to do, experience it. I suspect that that's what happened. There was these sexual encounters with possibly more than one partner, and at home your partner was experiencing this psychically. She was picking it up and feeling it, and so trying to control it by getting you back. But the problem was, because she now knew what had happened, she couldn't let it go, and so now you're back together again, but the trust has been broken, basically. And what I see on her part is, with this broken trust, she's moving away. She's experienced the conflict with you as a sexual, we can use the word polyamorous, someone who's into polyamory, which is more than one lover. It just doesn't work for her, and so she's moving away. She doesn't trust it. I keep getting her as the Queen of Pentacles, so she's more traditional, and she's wanting stability and security, and I think you are creating too much tension for the relationship. So what's happening, I see here at the moment for you, is there is in the future. So what's going on right now is this. There was an attempt to bring happiness to the relationship again. So the intention was to come back and to create happiness, and to, you went out, you sowed your wild oats, you had these beautiful, passionate experiences, and then the intention was to come back to the relationship and experience happiness. Perhaps there was a longing for the relationship, you were missing the security of it, And so you came back. But what's happened is you were still holding on to what happened in the back of your mind while you were away, and so is she. And so unfortunately it's created a shattering within the relationship, and it's not allowing the relationship to function as it can anymore. So what I see here is the outcome is, I see the King of Swords, which is you. King of Swords is an air sign, Aquarius. And I see the Nine of Wands, and I see the Ten of Swords, and I see the Hermit. So it's basically the King of Swords has put a wall up around himself because of the basically this painful betrayal of being alone again. And so there's aloneness that happened in the end that came out of it. But what I do see in the near future is the work. You start being industrious again and taking charge of your life and your home and new financial opportunities and bringing balance back to your finances again. As for your partner, I see her going through a rebirth, so new emotional beginnings for her. So she basically learns to put down the burden around the knowledge that she had of your sexual philandering, should we say. And she does that by just shifting her awareness and her focus on it to something else. And so that's as far as I've gone with her. But I do not see the success of the relationship. For the outcome card, I see the Hermit, and I see the damage that is being done as a result of it. I see you, and so, one last thing. So what is conscious for you is that in your state of aloneness, there is the desire to walk away from the apathy that you are feeling with your partner. And the apathy is as a result of everything that you experienced while you were away. So while you were away, you missed the security of this connection, and so you came back for it. But now that you're back again, you've kind of slipped into a state of apathy or boredom with the relationship. And so that's the tension that's going on in you. So this is what you are conscious of, and this is what you are currently exploring alone within yourself. What is unconscious is the nostalgia around a emotional connection that was had, that took you to a very tender place within yourself, and it was almost like a dream come true, and you were happy for a moment in it, but then somehow that was destroyed. And so this hasn't fully come into your conscious awareness yet, that you're holding on to this experience that was had. Now that's one possibility. The other possibility could be this unrealistic idea of what love is. And it's this perfect, happy, romantic, passionate. And I'm not saying that that's not good or it's not possible to experience that. But, the card that I picked around it, I picked some Osho tarot cards as well, and the card that came up was the dream. Okay, and the dream speaks about these how it is that we've been brainwashed about the illusion of romance, and we dream about this perfect person coming along and meeting all our needs, and it's not realistic, because ultimately relationships are hard work. So I see that all of this that's happening right now is bringing some kind of rebirth for you, and you kind of in the depths of the intensity of it right now, and I suspect learning a lot about it, and eventually it will set you free with new understanding of everything that played out, and seeing the true nature of everything. I've got the success card over there, so this is a confirmation. And then I've got a love oracle card, which I'm going to read to you. A hidden longing for someone who does not know about your love or passive behavior, and expectation that the initiative will come from him or her. Take responsibility for your life and fulfill what you want. However, do not expect the relationship to solve all your problems, personal and emotional problems. There we go. So I sense this could be this which is in the unconscious. It could be related to a longing for perhaps one of the people that you experienced while you were on this journey, and there's still some kind of hook there that hasn't been resolved. So yeah, so this is the reading, and what will the outcome of the relationship? Yeah, so I see both of you walking away from the relationship. I've got the 8 of Cups. I just asked that as a final confirmation, because sometimes, outcome and you being alone doesn't necessarily mean that the relationship's over. It can indicate a period of change, but with the 8 of Cups, there's a walking away from this. Okay, so this was quite an intense reading, and if it hits a note, you're welcome to connect with me and send me an email. My email is in the description box, and we can go deeper and possibly clarify and really get clear on what it is specifically for you. Remember, this is just a general reading. I also want to ask you, please, if you enjoy this reading, to like and subscribe, and please feel free to leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear what you feel and think. Do share, and stay connected. I will be back again in a week's time with another reading for you. Thank you for watching.